The United States imposed sanctions on Sudan's Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, and these sanctions freeze any assets al-Burhan may have in the USA. This action underscores the international community's growing concern over the ongoing conflict in Sudan. The civil war, raging for 21 months, has resulted in a dire humanitarian crisis and accusations of grave human rights abuses. Al-Burhan, who led the coup in 2021, has been at the helm of the Sudanese Armed Forces, or SAF. The SAF is engaged in a fierce power struggle with the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces led by General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, also known as Hemeti. The US State Department, in its official statement, cited al-Burhan's role in undermining Sudan's democratic transition as a key reason for the sanctions. The statement condemns the SAF's continued attacks on civilians, further destabilizing the nation and hindering the prospect of peace. The SAF, under his command, stand accused of horrific acts, including the indiscriminate bombing of civilian areas, hospitals, schools, and markets, resulting in massive civilian casualties. These actions constitute war crimes and have drawn condemnation from the international human rights organizations. Beyond that, the SAF has also been accused of using food as a weapon of war. They have blocked humanitarian aid convoys from reaching desperate populations. These tactics have amplified the humanitarian crisis, leaving millions on the brink of starvation. Millions of Sudanese citizens have been forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge from the fighting. The United Nations estimate that over 8 million people are internally displaced within Sudan. Another 3 million have sought refuge in neighboring countries. The total number of displaced people exceed 12 million. The already precarious food security situation in Sudan has been exacerbated by the conflict. The UN estimates that a staggering 24.6 million people, nearly half of Sudan's population, are facing acute food insecurity, particularly in the Darfur region, where famine warnings have been issued. The US sanctions on Burhan follow similar measures taken against the other general, Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, the leader of RSF. Dagalo faces accusations of genocide for his role in the Darfur conflict. The International Criminal Court, the ICC, has issued an arrest warrant for Dagalo based on these charges. The US has been clear in its stance that neither al-Burhan nor Dagalo is fit to lead Sudan toward a peaceful and democratic future. The international community has echoed these sentiments, calling for an end to the violence and a return to a democratic political process. Accountability for the atrocities committed during the conflict is paramount. In addition to that, what is the African Union doing? In a situation like this, the African leaders should step up and play a significant role in solving this conflict and helping the affected Sudanese population. Influential African countries like South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, Kenya, and so forth should really step up to the plate and play a significant role in helping their neighbor, Sudan.